Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Political Living Room. I am Karen, and this is my living room. Thank you for joining me in a little political discussion with some sparkling water and lemon and lime juice. Fresh, of course, All right, what do we got here? Well, we have the mugshot, the infamous, famous, totemic, near biblical mugshot of Donald J. Trump. Now, this is supposed to be, I guess, life-changing for somebody. However satisfying I find it that this man has finally been indicted and has a mugshot. Hasn't really changed my life. I mean, my pre-mugshot life is basically the same as my post-mugshot life. So whatever the mugshot is supposed to do for me personally, I haven't noticed it. Okay. The Democrats are saying that this is a win for them. And the Republicans are also saying that it is a win for them. And apparently, this mugshot of this angry old man is bringing black voters over to the Republican Party. Now, if anything illustrates that we are in clown world, that claim illustrates it extraordinarily well. Now, let's just take a look at the context for said mugshot. We're going to read this little blurb here. I will post a link to this in the description for the video so you can go and check it out yourself. But it says, on August 14th, 2023, a Fulton County, Georgia grand jury indicted Donald Trump on 13 counts of criminal felonies. The charges revolve around Trump's and 18 co-defendants' efforts to overturn the will of the voters and interfere with the results of the 2020 presidential election. Now, we actually saw that go down. Let's not be dishonest, okay? Everybody saw what happened and how Trump tried to overturn the results of the election. We saw it. Let's not go into or pretend to go into societal amnesia where nobody knows what's going on anymore when we actually saw it happen. We saw it unfold in real time. Okay. On August 24th, 2023, Donald Trump surrendered at the Fulton County Jail in Georgia. As part of his release, he agreed to a $200,000 bond. You know, he's got that in his couch in change. So that was like, I don't know, it's like $5. It's like, give us $5, we'll let you out. And certain release terms, including agreeing not to use social media to target or harass his co-defendants or witnesses who might appear in the criminal proceedings. Okay, so there we go. There's the mugshot. Now, let's take a look at what Jesse Waters has to say about the mugshot. And Mr. Waters has a very interesting interpretation of why said mugshot is meaningful. I do not agree with his assessment, and we will discuss that momentarily. Here we go. And I want to thank Sin for posting this to Twitter, which is where I first saw it. Here we go.
But the Democrats' Soviet-style tactics have alienated their most loyal voting bloc. The mugshot has breathed new life into the Trump campaign and broadened his appeal to black Americans. Over the weekend, with the help of mugshot merchandise, the Trump campaign raked in over $7 million. Today, my garbage man told me he's buying mugshot T-shirts for everyone he knows this Christmas.
All right.
Democrats' Soviet-style tactics.
Shut up. I don't watch conservative commentary very often. And when I saw this, I initially thought this has to be comedy. And then I found out that it is actually a real commentary. Let's discuss, shall we? Here we go. Merciful Jesus. Here we go.
But the Democrats' Soviet-style tactics have...
Okay, let's stop right there. What does he mean by Soviet-style tactics? What exactly is it? Because one of the things the Soviets would do is disappear people. You hear about some guy who committed some offense against the party, and they're tracking him, and then you just don't hear anything about him anymore. Or with the guy whose plane crashed, I don't remember his name. So Trump hasn't been disappeared. He hasn't been killed. He hasn't been poisoned. So what's Soviet-style tactics? Now, of course, that is red meat for the base, right? So you can say the Democrats are engaging in Soviet-style tactics, and it increases people's feelings of being persecuted, but also of being righteous against an enemy. So there's that. But there's another implication that I think is quite important here. I think it's accidental because this guy doesn't really seem to be the sharpest tool in the shed. Whoever writes for him, I don't think they're all that bright. But it implies that the American judicial system is corrupt and not to be trusted. It also implies that the American judicial system cannot be trusted to prosecute or to exonerate. The implication is that the American judicial system is so busted that it can make up charges against one of the most powerful and wealthy men on the planet and then persecute him just because. But the Republicans are the law and order people, aren't they? Aren't they the law and order, lock them up, full extent of the law? Those are the Republicans, right? Okay. So the Republicans are saying that what they want to see happen to other people is not possible because the American judicial system is too messed up to actually do that. So now these are the same people who want to indict Biden, right? On embezzlement charges and money laundering. Okay, well, if you can't trust our judicial system as it is now to exonerate Trump, how are you going to trust it to prosecute Biden? If it's so messed up, if it is so subject to chicanery from the Democrats, if it is so malleable that you can't trust it to exonerate an innocent man, and I don't believe that Trump is innocent. I believe that he is as guilty as the day is long. But if you can't trust it to exonerate an innocent man, you can't trust it to function properly at all. You cannot trust it to prosecute a guilty man. How are you going to be the law and order party if you're arguing that our judicial system is busted? There is no law and order. It's not possible. And the way to ameliorate that is not by using it against your enemy. It's by either reforming it or you've just got to burn it down and start anew because it's beyond repair. So what does this mean? Soviet-style tactics. What does that mean? Does that mean we need to throw out our judicial system entirely because it's corrupt, like something you'd find in the Soviet Union? Or does it really mean that we can't use this against our boy, right? If you do this against our boy, we're going to call you names. We're going to say bad things about you. We're going to hurt your feelings because we're mad. But if you wanted to employ the same system against a guy we don't like, well, then we're pleased to do that. Go right ahead. Forget about Soviet-style tactics. We are the best country in the world. We have the fairest and the most just legal system that the planet, the universe, all the universes in the universe have ever seen. So go ahead. Full extent of the law, throw the book at him, doesn't matter. But because it's our boy, oh, no. We're like the Soviets over here. We're like the KGB. The hypocrisy is spectacular. Okay, let's go a little further, shall we?
Alienated their most loyal voting bloc.
I got to tell you, shut up, man. I got to tell you, I voted Democrat my entire life. What has alienated me from the Democrats is the gender woo and the destruction of the public school system that the Democrats, at least in the part of the world that I live in, that the Democrats have presided over. That's what alienated me. Doesn't have a damn thing to do with whatever the fuck it is this guy thinks he's talking about. So, yeah, it was the gender woo and the refusal of the Democrats to say that women are adult human females. Okay? But go on, dude. Go on.
Mugshot has breathed new life into the Trump campaign and broadened his appeal to Black Americans.
Okay, hold on. Okay. So, two things here. Breathed new life into the Trump campaign. I thought the Trump campaign was going great guns. I thought it was fine. If it had a new life breathed into it, it sounds like it was faltering. It was failing. It was dying. Is that what we're meant to take away from this? Because that's what it sounds like. And again, these are the law and order people. Supposedly, they are not supposed to be for criminals. What's that you say? What was that? That people in power have been doing this forever, and it's okay when it's one of theirs that's broken the law. It's always been that way for both parties. Oh, yes, you are exactly right about that. But isn't it amazing that the party who is supposed to be for law and order is now endorsing a man with a mugshot and endorsing the people who endorsed the man because of the mugshot? The Republicans have so lost the plot that they're no longer the party of law and order. They are the party of, well, he's a criminal, but he's ours. And we like these Black people over here who like criminals. Yay. Black people who like criminals. Isn't that all Black people who like criminals? Because that's the implication also, right? If the mugshot and the evidence of criminality is what has brought the Black voters around, then he's saying that Black people, like myself, find criminals relatable. Now, why would that be? Are Black and criminal synonymous? Who would think that? Who would think that Black and criminal are synonymous? Racists. That's who. Racists. Let's listen to this a little bit more, shall we?
Over the weekend, with the help of mugshot merchandise, the Trump campaign raked in over $7 million.
Okay. There's so much wrong with that. So the implication is that the $7 million raked in by mugshot merchandise was bought by Trump supporters. Couldn't it have been bought by people who are like, look at this idiot with the mugshot. I'm going to wear this because he's an idiot. And I want everyone to see. I want to use my body as a billboard to broadcast his idiocy and his criminality. People did not necessarily buy the mugshot merchandise because they are supporters of Trump. They may have bought it because they are glad that the hammer of the law finally came down on him. I got news for this guy. There's lots of black people who have never, ever been to jail and who don't know anyone who's been to jail and don't want to go to jail and don't want anything to do with anybody who's been to jail. There are black people who have never had parking tickets. There are black people who pay their taxes on time. There are black people who probably pay their taxes early so they can get the refund, and if they have to pay them, they pay them in full. Isn't that amazing? For those of you who are irritated by this, and I'm sure that there are plenty of you because I know that there are a lot of Trump supporters, and y'all need help, but okay. You are allowed to support this man. I just think that's ridiculous, but that's okay. Let's just take a look at this. Let's take a look at some numbers from the Bureau of Statistics. Okay, or excuse me, the Bureau of Justice Statistics that I found on the Google. We'll get back to the video in a minute. It says that, hold on for a moment. Aha. Okay. By age 25, 15.9% of black males have been to prison or have served time in state or federal prison. 15.9%, so 16%. Which means that, was that 84% of black men have not gone to prison? How about that? 84% have not. Then, by age 40, we have quite an uptick, right? It goes up to 26.6%, which is sad. That's a lot of people, but it's not a majority. This means that 74.4% of black men have not gone to prison. You are more likely to encounter a black man who has not gone to prison than you are to encounter one who has. I'm not making this up. This is from the Bureau of Justice Statistics. And then when we get to women, it's a tiny percentage, 3.6%, which means that 96.4% of black women have not been to jail. Now, might it be that in that 74% of men and 96% of black women, that there's a sizable portion of them that don't view criminality favorably? Isn't that a possibility? Or are we to assume that simply because someone is black, they are going to look at another criminal and relate positively? Yeah, no. Because here's the thing. Not all black people view criminality favorably. Shocking, right? Amazing. Who knew? Who knew? So, of course, when black people see this evidence of Trump's criminality, we're all going to rally around him. What the hell kind of racist bull crap is that supposed to be? Again, having brown skin and being of African descent does not mean that we're all about some criminals now. Yeah, no, and I'm going to say it one more time. No. All right, let's finish listening to the video. And let me just make sure you guys have it. Do you guys have it? You do not have it. Okay, hold on. We're going to get it back up there. Okay, I'll tell you something. Here we go. Thank you. And let's go. Okay, come on, man. Let's go.
Today, my garbage man told me he's buying Mugshot t-shirts for everyone he knows this Christmas.
His garbage man.
But the Democrats' Soviet-style tactics
Okay,
have
shut up.
alienated their most
Okay, that's
loyal
enough of
voting
that.
bloc.
That's enough of that. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. So his garbage man, that's who, that's the black guy he knows, his garbage man. Really? Not his child's teacher. Garbage man. Does he chat with his black garbage man? Really? I've never chatted with mine. You know why? Because generally, when the guys come to pick up the garbage, they're busy and they're moving pretty fast. So we don't chat. I don't think that this dude chats with his garbage man. And why in the hell would you talk about buying freaking Trump mugshot t-shirts for Christmas presents with someone on your garbage route? You wouldn't. You might say, hey, and that's it. Alrighty, so we're going to leave this here. The racism, the in-your-face, blatant racism of the Republican Party was really an eyebrow raiser for me, I must tell you. Now, this does not mean that I think that the Democrats are not racist. Oh, sure they are. They're just racist in a whole different way. And in the course of our living room discussions, I'm sure that we will get to that. But we are going to leave this here, and I will see you for the next political living room discussion. Until then, be well and have an awesome rest of the day. I'll see you guys later.